If your son is a pitcher who's stuck in the 75 to 85 mile per hour range, works his tail off, but just can't seem to break through, then this video might be the most important one that you watch all year. Because I'm going to show you how the athletes in my remote pitching academy are gaining 5 to 10 miles per hour in 3 to 6 months without spending thousands on gimmicks, without endlessly repeating mechanical drills, and without throwing their arm into the ground. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to unlock your son's natural velocity, build unshakable confidence on the mound, and finally get him on the radar of college coaches. And just so we're clear, this video is only for parents of pitchers who already throw strikes, maybe have good off speed, but lack the velocity they need to get to the next level, are tired of watching other kids get opportunities that they know their son deserves, and want to give their son a real shot of getting recruited and dominating on the mound. Now, if you're someone who's content with watching your kid ride the bench, if you think velocity is only for genetically gifted kids, or if you believe a remote coach couldn't possibly help your son, then go ahead and click away. This video is not for you. But if your son lights up when he hears his walkout song, if he dreams of walking to the mound and blowing his fastball by hitters, and you're finally ready to give him the tools to do it, then stay with me because I'm about to show you what could potentially change his life and his career. Let's be honest here, you've probably tried things before. Your son's tried things, weighted balls, local pitching lessons, maybe even some free stuff online, but nothing's really worked. Velocity hasn't changed, confidence hasn't improved, and coaches aren't calling. And do you want to know why? Because most pitching programs are designed in a way that keeps kids tight and not explosive. They focus on isolated mechanics instead of full body athleticism. They treat your son like a robot and not an athlete. That is exactly why I created the athletic mechanics formula, a system built completely around freedom, feel, raw power, and natural athleticism. And before I show you how it works, let me explain why it's so important to me. My name's Eric Cartafalsa. I'm the founder of EC Pitching, and over the last 2 years, I've helped over 500 pitchers throw harder, dominate in big games, and get recruited. But I didn't start as a coach. I was actually in the same position as your son. I was a skinny high school kid who lacked confidence on the mound and barely got recruited by the skin of my teeth. I ended up pitching at Mercer County College, a top 20 Division II junior college in the country. I posted a 1.25 ERA my freshman year and then transferred to Rowan University. And that's where I got lost. I became obsessed with mechanics, overthought every single move. I went from being dominant to being tight. I lost the feel and I lost the edge. Eventually, I stepped away from the game altogether, took a year off from baseball, and while pursuing my exercise science degree, and threw myself into studying human body movement, explosiveness, and how to build velocity without breaking kids down. I got myself throwing into the low 90s and finally understood what kids need. Now, I help guys like your son gain velocity, build confidence, and finally play like they know they can and like you know they can. Let's start with Aaron Wright. When I met Aaron, he was topping out at 73, stuck on his JV team, injured, and mentally defeated. He quite literally told me he did not think college baseball was in the cards for him.
I've always dreamt of playing college baseball my entire life, but after ninth and 10th grade and even 11th grade, I kind of was like down. I was like, man, like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I'm on JV. Me and my coach don't have a great rapport. It was just like a lot mentally going on. And then when I met Eric, I took off. I really believed in that I could go to college and play baseball, and I did it. I committed. I met you in June. I want to say around June, and then I committed in October.
Fast forward 4 months, he's sitting 83, throwing nasty breaking stuff, and committed to play college ball at Salem County. 10-mile-an-hour gain, full mental reset, and a new belief that he actually belonged on the mound again. Now let's talk about Sloan Stoppler, and most importantly, his mom Megan. When Sloan joined, he was 17, struggled with arm pain, couldn't throw hard, no consistent throwing plan, and as Megan puts it,
And it's just given him a plan. He could talk about, oh, I need to, gain more weight, or I need to work out, or I need to do this. But for him to come up with the plan and follow through on that was more challenging, but to have you kind of guide him and keep him on task and keep him on track, I think has been kind of the most significant thing that I've seen.
Sloan went from wondering if his arm could even make it through practice to this.
Well, like not having arm pain just made it a way bigger difference. Like I always feel healthy and like ready to go. And I'm not like, oh, like my arm kind of hurts today. I shouldn't throw or anything like that. I always feel ready to go. And I just feel like a lot stronger as well.
And that's just two families. There are hundreds more. Now into the fun stuff. After coaching over 500 pitchers, I've boiled down their success into three simple pillars. Pillar number one, unlocked throwing mechanics. You might be currently believing that your son just needs to fix his mechanics by repeatedly doing mechanical drills. And while these might help to some degree, overcoaching mechanics just leads to tension and overthinking. The reality is our bodies all move in different ways. What makes Shohei Ohtani throw hard does not make Zach Wheeler throw hard. And within those movement patterns lies a set of natural mechanics. So instead of trying to hit pinpoint positions in your mechanics copying big leaguers, you need to figure out which way for you is the best. You need to unlock the way your body wants to naturally move. Aaron was overthinking every single throw he made. He'll even tell you himself the most valuable part of joining my academy was getting rid of all of the overthinking.
What would you say the most valuable thing you've gotten out of being part of the program?
Oh, it's gotta easily be the mental side of it. Not getting all domed up was your biggest saying. Don't get all domed up on it. Bad velo day, not having great breaking
Happens, dude.
stuff. It
Yeah.
happens. Don't get all domed up on it. You gotta just move forward. You gotta be better. Prepare for the next time you have a velo day. Make sure that it doesn't happen again. And if it does, make sure it doesn't happen the next time. Just always control what you can control, and that was the biggest thing he taught me, the mental side of it, hands down.
Yeah, dude.
Anybody can teach you how to throw hard. I mean, not everybody, but you know what I'm saying. Anybody can teach you to throw hard. It's the mental aspect of baseball that really matters.
We finally got him out of his head and into athletic movement patterns that actually drive velocity. Pillar number two, automatic performance mode. You might believe that your son just needs to work harder. And while this is true to some degree, working harder without structure equals burnout. He needs a daily plan that wires in confidence and removes decision fatigue. Sloan had zero structure. His mom said it best. Sloan doesn't just train harder now, he trains smarter. And he shows up to games ready, healthy, and confident. Pillar number three, max output training. You might think that your son just needs to throw more bullpens, but the truth behind that is bullpens don't actually build power. There needs to be a structure outside of the mound that causes your body to move in a way that can produce power. My guys sprint, jump, lift heavy, and throw med balls. That's how we build real, repeatable velocity without relying on throwing volume or arm pain. Aaron didn't just throw harder, he moved like a different person. His box squat hit 345 pounds, and that power showed up on the mound. So, if your son is throwing 75 to 85 right now, and you're tired of watching him get overlooked, and you know he has more in the tank, then click the link below and book a call with me. We'll talk about where he's at now, where he wants to go, and if we're a good fit, I'll build him the roadmap to get him there. Look, at this point, you have two paths. Option one, keep guessing. Keep watching your son overthink, underperform, and lose confidence while other kids pass him by. Option two, let's work together. Give him the structure, feedback, and belief that will change his career and maybe his life. So if your son is losing belief in himself, if coaches aren't calling, if he's stuck in his head or stuck on the bench, you don't have to keep wondering what's wrong. We'll unlock his mechanics, we'll build his confidence, and we'll turn him into the pitcher that he knows and that you know he can be. Click the link below and let's get started.
What did you expect before working with me? And then were those expectations met?
I would say they exceeded what I thought. When I first went to you, I was down on myself. I was like, "There's no way I can get better. Like how can you grow velocity?" I mean, I saw MLB pitchers throw in 96, 97, like insane. I was like, I'll never get to there. And then I actually started to get there, and I actually started to believe the process and the training, and I mean, it exceeded my expectations tenfold. So I mean, whatever you did something right because it made me believe, not just in
Yeah, dude.
myself, but in training.